right, and welcome to another episode of the Kreative Cast with special guest Renner. Woo! Renner, what's your online name?
I introduced myself online as Plain Cheese, so you can call me Plain Cheese, but Kevin knows me as Renner.
We're just gonna call him the Cheezo. The cheese, the big cheese.
My farts smell like cheese.
We call him the big cheese around here. And today is going to be the special Halloween episode because it comes out on the 29th, I think. I'm pretty sure this episode comes out on the 29th. So Renner is going to be drawing our thumbnail. It's going to be a special Halloween thumbnail.
Yeah, if you guys can figure out what game this is, comment down below.
Renner, what fancy art school did you go to?
It's the prestigious Art Institute. It's so cool that it's closed down now.
They closed. Oh, that's right. They had one by my old apartment that got shut down.
I went to the one in Santa Monica down Oceanside, so it was right next to the beach, but I never went to the beach because I was stressed out. I was a college student.
I knew a guy who got a degree from there also, but luckily he had already been working at his job a few years.
Oh, lucky.
He was like a clothing designer, sort of.
Oh, fashion.
I think he would do the patterns for the clothing. They would make the actual clothes, and then he would just figure out, I don't know, I guess a floral pattern or stripes or plaid. And I think that's pretty cool. At least he gets to be creative.
Do you like textured brushes or just a regular brush?
Choose whatever works for the picture. So
Okay.
that's how I do it. So
So I'm a bit rusty. I haven't done digital art in probably a decade. I usually just sketch in my sketchbook. And if you guys follow me on any social media, it's kind of non-existent.
I was going to say, Renner, I follow you on social media. I don't think I've ever seen you post.
I know. It's been a while. It's just like, life and shit.
You know what's crazy, Renner, I was thinking about before you came over is I think we've known each other for, what, like 4 years?
When did we start working together?
I think 2021, right?
I don't remember.
It's probably like 2021, 2020, but that's pretty crazy because that's like knowing each other throughout high school.
Is it?
I mean, 4 years.
That's so sad.
I mean,
It's cool that we knew each other for that long, but it's just sad that time flies that fast.
it is pretty crazy.
I feel old.
I remember high school felt like the longest fucking time of my life, but then everything after feels like it's so much faster.
Did you like your high school life?
I think I did pretty well. I knew everybody by senior year. I could walk up to pretty much anybody and say hi, and they would know me enough to say hi back. So yeah, I think I did all right.
Nice. My high school life wasn't that bad, actually. Yeah, I got bullied here and there because I was fat and gay.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually...
Well, I mean, they were right to do so.
I know. I was a blasphemy in society.
Exactly.
But I got made fun more about my weight than my gayness, if that's the right word.
That's good. That's like progression. People were very progressive. I just got bullied just for like being into like video games and comics and the typical
You got
stuff.
bullied for that? I had like...
I mostly got bullied for being into like Yu-Gi-Oh.
So our school had like cliques.
Yeah.
And so I hung out with everybody, like even the popular people. So I had a clique where there were nerds too. If I wanted to just change the subject, I would just hang out with those guys.
I mean, for me, it was like I just got bullied by the randos who were just assholes. So like I just didn't care because it was like, well, nobody else cared about them either, you know? It was like the Roger of the group from Doug. What's up, funny? Like everybody knew he was the asshole. So it's just like
him. Oh my god, I was watching a retrospective of Jack and Daxter. You remind me of Daxter.
Jack.
How do you
I don't know if I can.
How do you zoom out, Kevin?
Do
You guys, I'm rusty.
Do the same thing, but the opposite like movement. Instead of zoom, yeah, there you go.
Oh, what?
There you go.
Hmm.
I was actually just watching like, Halloween specials of Doug and Pepper Ann. Like I went to Bob's Big Boy up the street just to celebrate moving into my new place after work and like moving a bunch of stuff. I just went over there, took a spot, and then turned on good old Doug and Pepper Ann. I just put on like random Halloween specials, and it was a nice night.
You watched it in the restaurant?
Yeah, I just put on my headphones, my earphones, and just had like one of them out so I could just hear what's going on around me. And then there you go. Just ordered my burger, and then they brought it
Is
over.
Bob's still good? I usually go and order a milkshake and a burger and fries.
I think they got good food. I actually
like it.
It was the first time I had French fries in years. Well, actually, no. I had McDonald's fries like last year. Those are trash. And then I had these Bob's Big Boy ones, and these were actually good.
McDonald's is not that bad.
It's not bad, but like they're not as good as like what you could do by yourself.
I feel like McDonald's, it's convenient and it hits the spot.
I mean, I do
Not
miss...
necessarily like Michelin star.
No, yeah, no. I do miss the chicken nuggets. They were pretty good. with some ranch. Oh my god.
Oh, they're not good anymore?
Well, I just don't eat them anymore. I kind of refuse to eat at like fast food just out of principle, just because like I don't know. There's too many assholes that go to places like that and are just rude, and it's just like I'm not gonna support companies that like allow their employees to be treated poorly. These companies where they're just like that's just to be expected, you just got to deal with it and be nice to everybody. I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna support that. When you allow your employees to physically fight back, then I'll join in.
How did you rotate this screen, Kevin?
I just hold R. Yeah.
Whoopsies.
There you go.
Wow. I'm learning, guys.
He's flipping over.
This is like going to school.
Bellsprout.
This enemy in this video game looks very close to Bellsprout. If you guys are a fan of Pokemon, which I still am, even though I'm more than 30 years old.
All right, here. I'm going to do an impression of a Pokemon. Let's see if you can guess it.
There's a lot of them now, but that's Bell.
Yeah, you got it. See?
There's so many Pokemon that scream now.
I used to play this game. There it is, right next to me. I used to play this game in high school with my friends where we would just go into our DS and pull out our Pokemon game and then just go to the Pokedex and click on one and just be like, see if we could figure out who the noise was.
And then play a scene from when they were in the anime.
No, we just would just make because we would do it based off the video game noise, where it's just like a pixelated, just like, and then just try to figure out like what Pokemon that was.
Oh, like guess from their pixelated.
Yeah.
Screens.
It would be like the video game. We'd go into the Pokedex in the video game, so it'd just be like, and then we just try to have to figure out what it was. I don't think we got a single one right.
Those are hard. There's some people that can pinpoint what the Pokemon is based on their freaking cries, their little MIDI files.
They take a sample of their fecal matter, have a taste, and they can identify the species just from that.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna see if I
Those
find
are
it.
the legit fans. I'm kind of like a fake fan.
I used to be a hardcore fan, and then now, I'm a fake fan now.
Like if you show me a picture of the new Pokemon, I cannot.
I would have no clue, yeah. I wanted to really get into Scarlet and Violet. It looked a lot of fun, but then like after it came out and I saw the videos, I was like, oh, okay, this looks kind of the same as...
What put you off from playing it?
I don't know, it just didn't look special. It just looked very the same.
Aw, that's too bad. I didn't mind it. I mean, the story was... It was a detour from like the main stories. They changed it up with the school and everything.
I think that's part of it. Is like my big issue with Pokemon over the last couple of years is it's really
just the same thing.
Well, it's not even that it's just the same thing. To me, it's very different from what it originally was. Red and blue up until...
How do you get out of this? Is this eye drop? I'm stuck. Where's the pen?
Push P? I don't know. How did you get stuck? Are you clicking anything?
No.
I don't think you should be stuck on anything.
I'm stuck on this stupid eye drop icon.
Oh, wait, here. Let me see the pen.
Oh, technical difficulties, guys.
You know what? Oh, my computer fucking glitched. That's what it is.
Oh, look.
Oh, crap. Fuck. Renner, you're a genius.
I know.
Thank Christ. Yeah, because that happened earlier this morning and I just fucking reset my computer.
So if you ever have that problem again...
Oh, wait. Is that the color you wanted?
No.
What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, Pokemon. So my big issue with Pokemon was red and blue up until I would say probably black and white was the last one where like Pokemon was all about being cool and edgy.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, and even from Ruby and Sapphire is where it started, but now it seems like it's all about being cute and cuddly. And it's just like, not as
That's
cool.
not your vibe. That's not your vibe.
Not feeling it. Ruby and Sapphire introduced the beauty contest, which I thought was a fun change up.
Uh-huh.
But like, it just seems like from there, they were just pushing for that. Like the characters, like the humans were looking way more like cutesy anime. The Pokemon design, same thing. And then even like the concepts they were going with. I think it was X and Y. They had Team Flare.
Mm-hmm.
It was all about fashion. Yeah, and we're just spitballing here. We're just trying out whatever and seeing what works, which is cool, but like, I don't know. Because even if you look at the original designs, the eyes were way more like narrow, like a cat's eye.
Yeah, you can definitely see a difference between like the original Pokemon that look like animals.
Yeah.
Compared to the ones that they kind of over-design with the little patterns on their body. Because if they keep it looking like an animal, a lot of them will stay looking the same, you know?
I guess that's true, yeah. You can only do a dog in so many ways.
Yeah, so you gotta turn it into like a dog that looks like bread or a dog
I'm okay with that.
made of skeleton.
But make it look mean. I want it to look like mean and like fierce.
Well, that's what's cool about Pokemon is like there's so much of it. You can create your team of mean-looking Pokemon.
I guess that's true. To be fair, I guess that's
Yeah.
true. We'll see. We'll see what they have in the future, what the next one is. I just figured with this last couple of games, I'll just pass, and then I'm sure like the next one or two, they'll change it up and make it a bit more, I don't know, cool.
What I'm doing right now is I'm just adding light line weight. It's just to make the picture pop a little bit.
I was wondering what you're doing. You do it not very different, but you do it different from how I do it.
Yeah, so see, the line weight just makes it look more graphic.
I do like that. Yes, there's more texture.
Yeah.
Feels like there's more depth.
So like up here where the hair is, you can see it's kind of like a little bit flat, but in the bottom there's like depth. Right.
Pictures are like onions. They have layers. Recently, you escaped the cartel and you just got back from Mexico. Tell us about that experience.
So I went to Cancun, Mexico to celebrate my 3-year anniversary with my boyfriend. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm gay.
If we haven't mentioned that earlier.
Yes, I celebrated 3 years with my very loving boyfriend, who is super supportive, by the way, so shout out to him. I love you. But Mexico, it was initially, I was scared because hearing stories from like social media, and then like, good thing we stayed at a place where it was all inclusive, so we kind of just stayed in the hotel.
I feel like being Asian probably helped also.
They kind of mistaken us for like locals.
Oh, I would have thought the opposite. They would have been like, well, he's clearly a tourist, so we shouldn't.
No, I think that's what they would do if you were there.
I hope so.
You're a gringo.
I'm going to tell you right now, I got family in Mexico that I won't visit just because I just don't want to go to Mexico.
Yeah, it wasn't actually, the people were nice. The only thing I was really disappointed about was that because they knew you were tourists, they kind of
jack those prices up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So they knew that you had money, so they would be like, so every time I go on vacation, wherever I go, because I try to go out of the country, I want to buy a magnet. Yeah, I know.
Ooh.
Very progressive of me. Or unique. It's not really unique.
And then this one, you got a magnet of the mayor's head.
Yeah. It was no, I don't want to. No, I just got a magnet of where I go. Like, I make sure it says the name of the place. So we went to Chichen Itza. So I got a magnet from there, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we're definitely gonna try and do that. Why is this erasing?
Because you're on the eraser.
I told you, Kevin. Where's I had the little pencil.
Push P again, and that brings up the pencil one. There you go.
You're so smart.
You gotta do PP.
Anyways, so we were in Chichen Itza, which was so cool seeing it in real life. Like, it's cool to see pictures, but when you see it in real life, it's different.
What is it? Is it like a monument, or?
It's kind of like a pyramid with different layers.
Like a square pyramid?
Yeah, and then we had a little like tour guide guy explaining like what the heck is up with this, like why is this so cool. So he was telling us how they made it, and it basically is a very fancy calendar.
Oh, I did not know that. Is that the Mayan calendar? Is that where it comes from? Oh.
So the little pyramid, they do like each step represents a day, or each column represented a week. I wasn't really paying attention as much because it was hot and humid.
Really? Oh.
And I was getting eaten by mosquitoes.
This was like last week, right?
Yeah, they literally give you, like, the tour guide. She was like, oh, you need to buy this. This is a mosquito repellent. We want to make sure you don't die or go to the hospital.
They got malaria?
They were more scared of dengue.
What the hell? You're already gay.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not afraid of that.
Yeah.
I lived my life like that.
That's how he got it. He got it from that.
Mm-hmm.
He got the gay.
Yeah, that's the only thing I didn't like, was that they would hike up the price. I was trying to buy a magnet, and the guy hiked it up to $20.
Fuck out of here.
Yes.
Here's $5 American. You're welcome.
He told us in pesos, and we're like, oh, how much is that in dollars? Because they accept dollars there too. So he calculated on his calculator, and it was $20.
Hell no.
I was like, what the frick? We went to the pharmacy, like, just in the hotel to buy, like, toiletries and stuff. Oh my god, they were like $20, $10, $17.
Goddamn racket.
Like a hairbrush, yeah. So that's what I didn't like, because I've been to like Japan and Europe, or in Spain and Paris, and the prices were cheaper.
Well, I know Japan, their yen is falling for, I don't even know why, but I guess they're having economical issues. I'm assuming it's pandemic related.
Yeah, so
like
it was
everywhere.
very affordable in Japan, but that's the only thing they like. Oh, and then we stopped by like the little town to eat some food. Like, we were there for only 30 minutes, but it was really sad because we saw the little like poor children trying to, yeah. I felt really bad. But I didn't want to... I know this sounds fucked up, but I didn't want to give one of them something because all of them will come out from hiding. Because it's very similar to the Philippines. They do that, and then that's it. They get your money.
And then they mug you?
Yeah, but we did give him food because we felt really bad. And the kid was so cute. He shared it with his brother or something.
And then when you were coming back to America, you accidentally brought him back like in King of the Hill?
Yep, and now I have a child.
Yo soy Renner.
That was my Mexico trip.
Nice. I've never been.
You need to travel more.
You know what? Technically, I did go once. Technically, I did cross the border to Tijuana. And I was like, cool, never coming back. Glad I was able to see this once and know that it's not for me.
What'd you do there?
Saw a homeless guy with like half of his leg just like missing. It's not like it was amputated. There was a chunk of his leg gone.
And he was walking around?
No, he was laying on the floor and it looked infected as fuck. And I was just like,
God.
That looks awful. It looks extremely painful. It literally looked like a shark like bit a chunk of his leg out.
Was he like dying on the street?
Probably. He probably was. There was another homeless guy who was blind in one eye, wandering around. He had like a very glassy eye. Yeah, and same thing. A lot of little kids just peddling stuff. And I was just like, cool, this is not for me. Glad we did this.
I'm glad I experienced it. It was fun. It was to relax because I recently had surgery. So it was just to relax from that. And work is stressful. Life in general is stressful. So it's always nice to go on vacation.
I know. I need to...
I recommend it to everyone.
I need to do it once.
Not once. Do it like once a year. But you're a busy fellow, Kevin.
I am planning my East Coast trip for next year.
Fun.
So yeah, that's once I get everything organized. So that's gonna be like my little vacation for the year.
Okay.
Because that's gonna be Florida, and I'm hoping Maryland if things work out.
Oh, you're going to Florida?
Florida's the main one because there's 3 people I can meet there. There's one guy that works at a shop that he's just always advertising. So I want to go there. I'm going to work on like a picture for him to bring. I wanted to work on like a model kit for him, but he's a toy guy and like his collection's massive. And I have a feeling he's not going to want another thing to throw in his collection. It's just going to be more of a burden than a gift. So I'm going to make him a nice little art piece that would be just for him. And then there's a couple of guys. They own a model kit shop, website and all that, do reviews and stuff. Same thing. They have a storefront. Come on by, say hi. That's the piece I was showing you. That's the model kit I'm working on. There's a guy in Maryland. He does a podcast and some toy stuff. He has mentioned his favorite character, so I found a model kit that represents that. Gonna do a custom paint job for him. Gonna hit him up. I don't know if necessarily he's gonna be like, yeah, come on over, but he seems like he's the kind of guy that's like open to that type of stuff, like a meetup.
Nice.
Like I know he does a thing with his Patreon members where he throws like a special party at the end. I don't know when he does it, but he throws a party and he selects like random Patreon people and they get to come over to his place and kick it for the barbecue, whatever.
Sweet. Well, here's a little...
Damn, Renner, you did that so freaking quick.
I know. I haven't done this in a while, and it was like riding a bike. Actually, I don't know how to ride a bike.
You know how to ride a bike?
No, and I grew up in the Philippines. What the heck?
I know, right? Did you grow up on the Coffin City?
What's the Coffin City?
You showed it to me. The city that's like made out of coffins.
Oh, no, but it wasn't that far from where I lived. I'm pretty sure we visited. We have family that's buried like that.
And you go visit them.
Yeah,
you go
if
knock
you guys
on,
don't know what we're talking about, you should Google it.
You knock on your neighbor's place and be like, can I go visit my uncle real quick?
So it literally is squatters that make makeshift houses on top of the grave.
There's no actual land, right? It's all just stuff.
Yeah, it's just like if they find a space, they'll just make their little house there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, third world country, what are you gonna do?
There was somebody was telling me they have like a cousin or aunt or something that works for like Louis Vuitton in the Philippines, like at one of the factories. She works as like a factory worker where they do quality control.
Yeah.
And if there's even like a single stitch out of place, it's considered, trash or whatever because they have a reputation. She just takes those, comes to America, and then gives it to her family in America. They sell it for yeah. They sell it on eBay for a couple $100 because fuck it. Like no one's going to notice one little stitch out of place on the inside of like a pocket or something.
True.
And then they take that money, go back to the Philippines and enjoy their mansion with their maids and butlers and stuff.
Yeah. So I have family that live here and they live like a very modest middle class life. But if you go to their place in the Philippines, they have maids and a nice backyard and they're like in the field.
Imagine being like someone from the Philippines like that and they grow up like that and they're like, yeah, we would take trips to America and help the poor and stuff like that, and they just reverse it.
The other way around. Okay.
Ancient
so
scripts.
I finished the little plant dude. If you guys didn't figure it out, so the plant dude is me.
That's
So
Renner.
that's how I usually look. Except I gave myself a little fuller hair. I'm a little thinning up there, and I wear glasses. And then the zombie guy is Kevin's little character. So I'm gonna do the line art. I'm gonna make this like a collab thing and have Kevin color it for you guys, so he can color it his color scheme with his little pink skin and all that fun stuff. Yeah. A little collab.
And then we'll put something Halloween in the background.
Yeah, like a phallic pumpkin.
We'll put like just the biggest, the biggest squash jack-o'-lantern that I can think of. Oh my goodness gracious. Renner, you need to get back into animating.
I know. It's easier said than done, especially when you have like...
Especially when you don't have the equipment.
Yes, so Kevin has a very fancy setup here. Like, I'm very jealous.
I wouldn't say it's fancy. I have the essentials.
Well, it's fancier than me.
Yeah. I have the essentials, but like the bottom level essentials. I have what I need to get the job done.
That's what I need. I just need like... I don't need something fancy. I don't need like dual screen or anything.
No, I don't have dual screen.
You have this little tablet
You just reminded me. That's what I was going to suggest to you. What you could do is you can buy the computer, the tower, get the keyboard, get the mouse, and then just get the tablet, and then don't get a monitor. Just use this as your monitor, and then you'll save some money. That's like $300 you could save.
I know what I need to do. I just need to do it.
I know what I need to do. I just don't have the strength to do it.
I just gotta get off my ass. But like I
mean, it's expensive. I get it.
It's not even that. Like, I have the money to do it, but like I go to work. We spend half of our life at work. So scheduling this with Kevin took forever. I wanted to do this a long time ago.
Well, you know, coordinating and all that.
Yeah. But like life stuff.
Yeah.
And then on the weekends I do errands and then I catch up on sleep. How sad is that?
I mean, yeah, you have a boyfriend and a life, and
True.
you gotta make a lot of sacrifices to make it work.
Yeah. And then like if I outweigh stuff, like if I want to spend stuff on art compared to like spending time with my boyfriend and going on vacation making memories, the other thing kind of outweighs it most of the time because I rather do that.
Do you paint, Renner? Have you ever done painting?
I did when I went to school because I was forced to do it. We had to take certain courses. So when I went to school, I really just wanted to be a character designer. But a lot of the instructors' advice, like, that's not... Like, you gotta be a kind of like a jack of all trades, kind of. So
I think it's the opposite. They really said that.
yeah, so
That's interesting.
They want you to get a job at the end of the day. That's what they want.
I guess, yeah.
So I know it's like a punch on your ego, kind of.
I don't even think it's an ego thing. I think it's a practicality thing. Like, nobody does anything by themselves. Some people specifically do the colors.
True.
Some
So,
people just do
yeah.
the inking.
So I feel like if I went to school focused on one thing, which it's not gonna happen, like any school, you kind of have to do other stuff. If I had focused on just character design and honing that skill and network that way, instead of what they were trying to push, integrating 3D, because, you know, 3D was the next thing, 2D was not something. And then when I told my counselor, like, hey, I really want to focus, because they make you do like a final portfolio show, and I really wanted to focus mine on 2D art and 2D animation. But they're like, you need to add 3D in there. It just
Really?
makes it, yeah.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand, like, yeah, the idea of being well-rounded and all that, but at the same time, you're probably better off just taking one skill and being the best at it, because nobody's going to hire you to do everything. They're going to hire you to
Exactly.
do one thing.
Yeah,
They're going to hire you just to draw the outline.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's just how I figure
Which is
it.
funny that you mentioned it, because while I was in school, when I graduated, I got hired by... I don't want to put them out there because they're still making games, but I got hired by a company that makes a certain 2D fighting game.
Don't want to brag, but it rhymes with pony.
So I got hired as a cleanup artist, and this was a time when they were like hiring people to do remote jobs. And so I got hired. I was so excited. I told my counselor, is that what they're called?
Student counselor?
I don't know what they're called. They're the people,
Guidance counselor?
something like that. They're the people that try to get you a job after. I told them like, oh, finally got hired. I got a job. And she was so excited for me. I was excited. And it was a game that I played too. I mean, I wasn't good at it, but I played it.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero.
Yes. No, it wasn't. I got hired around May, I believe, and I waited. They said that they were going to email me my projects to start doing the. So cleanup artists, basically, they give you the rough sketches of the animation, and all you have to do is do the line art. And I just had to clean it up and do the line art. I didn't really get a lot of jobs in the industry, so I don't know if they do this with everybody, but when they're looking for a new hire, they kind of like test you. They're like, here's what we usually do. Let's see how you figure it out. And if they're impressed, if you work like how the current employees work already, then they'll hire you, and they like me.
Nice.
And so I was waiting for them to email me the project. I think I waited in a month and a half, and so I called the director and I was like, hey, where's my projects? Like, I want to start working. I need to pay bills. You know, I had the student loan and everything. So, and they're like, oh, I guess they didn't tell you, but we did. Was it called layovers?
Layoffs?
Yeah, layoffs. So they let go a shit ton of people, and I was unfortunately one of them, which I never knew.
But it would have been nice to say.
I was like, okay, I just got hired and now I'm fired. Fired.
It's stories like that is why I'm trying to do things the YouTube route. Cause
Yes.
it's like, fuck it.
I think a lot of people are doing it like that now. 'cause
Yeah.
To be honest, when I graduated, it took me 2.5 years to get anything started, and even that, I just had to be realistic and be like, I got bills to pay, so
Yeah.
I had to get a job in
Anything.
what do you call those jobs where you sell stuff?
Sales?
Sales? No, there's an actual term. What is it, Kevin?
Commission?
No. So there's food service, and then
Customer
there's,
service? Sales service? I don't know. I think it's just sales.
it starts with R, whatever it is. I had to get a job in so I started working in Subway. I hated it.
Yep.
I hate working food. I literally worked there for a week and I was like, I quit. And then I got work at IKEA, which I loved. I had a blast working there. With all the people I met there were so awesome. Also, like, my family worked there, so they knew of me and
Nice.
my dad. So that's how I started. I just could not, like, I did have commissions here and there, but I couldn't live off of the commissions.
Right. But Renner, if you posted Renner, I get offers for commissions, and my shit's nothing like your shit. If you just need to post one little thing a week on your Instagram.
I agree. You just need to be consistent.
Yeah.
I was consistent when I was posting stuff. When I was called Plain Cheese, I had all the freaking artists out there. I had a DeviantArt. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes. Everybody's
Yeah.
heard of DeviantArt. My sister has a DeviantArt.
Yeah, so I posted there regularly, and I would get like fans there, and it's a
Exactly.
nice boost of confidence. Knowing
Yeah.
that there are people out there that will like your work.
Hell yeah, dude.
Even at like where we work right now, like our coworkers, when they see my drawing, they're like, "What the fuck are you doing here?
I'm telling you,
Get out
Renner.
of here!"
Exactly. We're going places, Renner. I'm going to bring you with me.
But like I said, it's easier said than done, right?
One of these days, Renner, you know what? Once our leases run out, we need to plan it where we move in together.
Not if you move out of the country. I mean, not out of the country, out of the state.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, if I can get
Did you hear that, guys?
That was me farting. Sorry.
Where we live, there's like crime.
There's crime. There's crime at every corner.
Hey, so we have to like fend for our lives every day.
Every day I go out with my mighty
We're,
lightsaber.
we're pretty badass here.
Yeah, you know, no big deal.
Yeah, it's nothing to us.
The reason I moved out of my neighborhood is because I could tell it was getting way too wild over there. Like, either I was going to get killed or I was going to jail for doing the killing. So it was one of the two, and I just had to get out of there. So I was just like, I'm out. And within a week, I moved.
Congratulations, by the way. This new
Thank
place
you.
you moved to is so much better than.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm not saying like
It is.
how you set up your place in the old place is bad. It's like the neighborhood over there
yeah.
was kind of like.
Well, what sucks is, like, when I moved into that place, it was fine. I used to live in North Hollywood. That place has a reputation for being pretty shitty. But there was like a pocket of time where everything was getting gentrified and like young people were moving in and like businesses were opening and like small businesses. And it was getting really nice. That little pocket of window where I was there, it was a cool place. And then all of a sudden they started like opening up government facilities where there's just like crackheads and homeless and drug addicts and psychos. And it was getting rough. And so it's just like, all right, I'm out. I didn't even feel comfortable being out on my porch anymore because I was just like, I don't know who's going to be coming by because there's like no security. There's nothing going on. Like, if you do something, you're the problem. Like,
Were
that's
there
how it's going to end.
weirdos that would just?
Oh,
show
yeah.
up?
Oh, yeah. They'd be showing up behind the building. Like, literally, like, I looked out my window one morning, I hear a ruckus, and there's some guy right outside my window, like, with his bike. He's like, he like left his bike
Staring
there.
into your.
No,
like,
he wasn't. He wasn't
peeping
staring
Tom?
in. No. He wasn't
Oh.
staring in. He was just like snuck into the back to drop his bike off pretty much right behind my apartment. And then he snuck back in to like go get his bike. And it was just like, all right, like.
You don't know. You could have got some action that day, Kevin.
I went out with that day. I went out with my machete looking for him. I was like, who the fuck is behind like my goddamn window? That's what I'm saying. Like I had to go out with my machete a few times when I'd hear a ruckus just to be like, what the fuck is going on? And so it's just like, all right, like I'm gonna end up in jail. Like I'm gonna kill somebody, and then they're gonna get on my ass about it. And so I'm out.
I like your neighborhood. Driving up here was really quaint compared to mine.
Oh yeah.
Like I love my apartment and everything, but the area around it, it's kind of getting crazy. But
I can see that.
Since the Olympics are gonna be here in California, I feel like they're trying to get rid of a lot of the homelessness.
Well, are they trying to get rid of them, or are they going to just push them into our neighborhoods?
I'm pretty sure they're just pushing them somewhere, and then the Olympics are going to come, and when they're done, it's going to be back to
100%.
Back to life.
It's just a matter of where they're going to put them. I don't think they'll put them in my neighborhood necessarily, pushing the homeless into other neighborhoods. Yeah, so I'm not too concerned about that. That is a nice thing, though, I will say. I am kind of glad about that.
Are you excited for the Olympics to be here?
Fuck no. That's just going to...
I am not. The traffic is already horrible.
I'm not leaving my apartment once it starts. Fuck
Imagine
that.
when the Olympics are going to be here. Oh,
Hell
it's
no.
going to be horrible.
And then there's just going to be trash fucking everywhere, so not much difference, but...
True.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to the traffic. Like, already takes a while to just go 5 miles.
Mm-hmm. Get these goddamn foreigners back into their states, goddammit. Go back to Tennessee, asshole.
When us Americans go visit other foreign countries.
They're not having any more either. I've been seeing lots of stuff where foreigners are like blatantly shitting on like...
It's so disrespectful.
They're not foreigners. Like they're
tourists.
Shitting on the tourist, yeah.
Yeah, like... So when I went to Japan, I was able to visit this little town. Right when I came back after my vacation, there was an announcement that they shut that little town off.
Oh, I heard about that, yeah.
Yes.
That was recent?
So?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because when I went, I was like, oh, I visited that place, and now it's closed to tourists. I don't know what that place is called.
I don't remember either, but yeah, I remember hearing like, yeah, it was like a whole town or something, right?
A little piece of the town. Like, it's a very, like, touristy part of the town.
I think that's a scary sign of like overpopulation in the world. But at the same time, like, don't we have like a crazy decline in like birth rates?
Us here?
Just in general, like, isn't there like, I feel like a lot of countries are having all of these like programs to get people to fuck basically because they're having like a decline in their birth rates.
Probably. I know Japan, my cousins live over there, and they were telling me a little bit of history. They actually have more people dying versus more births. Like, they had a year where there literally was no kids for kindergarten.
that I've heard. I've heard there's a
Isn't
huge
that
decline
crazy?
rate. But at the same time, it's like, didn't they have overpopulation in like the 80s and 90s? Like they had like housing crisis because they just were too many people, not enough spots. So like, I don't know. Isn't that course correction? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know nothing about this shit. I'm just talking about my ass.
Knowledgeable.
No.
We're going on assumption.
I'm just assuming based off of the fucking bullshit anime and shit that I watch and read. I have no clue.
We're just weebs.
I don't fucking go anywhere. I've never been anywhere outside of America. I don't know anything about the fucking world. For all I know, it's North Korea's got it perfect, and we're all just wrong.
We're oblivious.
Yeah. The world's just too crazy.
Speaking of anime, are you watching anything recently?
Nope. I haven't watched like any TV shows or anything in like years. Maybe like a year and a half. I canceled all my subscriptions. At first, I just canceled them just because I was like, all right, I have like 4 of them open, and I only use like one program at a time. Like I'll watch Hulu for like 3 months and that's it, and then I'll go to Crunchyroll. So it's just like, I don't even need to have all these open. And then I was like, you know what, this is just a good way to like keep me focused. If I don't have access to it, yeah, like then I can just focus. So I haven't really watched anything in like over a year, and I don't miss it because I honestly feel like nothing's been really grabbing me. I feel like a lot of the stuff that's been out is just like nothing special.
Aw, that's too bad.
I don't know. We'll get back into it one day. I'll find something, but like there just hasn't been anything that's been grabbing me. And like I said, I've just rather been focusing on my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
so
I guess maybe that's what I should.
Telling you, man.
I'm always distracted. Like so I'm into video games. I'm into watching shows. I say that if you ask me like what show I'm watching or what video game I'm playing, I'm be like, oh, nothing.
I do really want to get back into Dragon Ball Z though, in terms of
oh
like
my god!
show.
So like that new game, isn't it out?
I want to get that. Yes.
Sparkling cider.
Sparkling Zero.
Oh,
it looks sick as.
Well, if you ever get it.
Well, I'm definitely gonna get it within like probably by Christmas. I'll get it. Like definitely Christmas at the latest. I'll get it. Since I just moved and everything, I'm trying to like
the amount
recover.
of characters in there is crazy.
And they're still adding.
That's crazy.
There's still DLC.
I don't think you'll be able to ever play all the characters.
You don't think so?
I mean,
well, I mean, to be fair, like
try it out, but like not like play. And
I think
this guy.
I think a lot of the characters are just different forms. To be fair.
Oh, true.
So it's like 182 characters, but like 10 of them are Goku. Like so. And then like 10 of them are Vegeta, and then there's like 4 different Trunks. So
true.
Stuff like that. But I mean, it's still cool. I still have no problem with it. The fact that they brought back transformations, that's the biggest hype. There's a while where like all the games were just play as regular Goku or you play as Super Saiyan Goku. But it's like nobody fucking wants to do that. Everybody wants to start off as Goku and then transform.
I'm very excited because like playing the old Budokai games and the obscure characters that they would add on there. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Arale?
Oh, yeah.
The little girl with the purple hair and the hat.
From Dr. Slump.
Yeah, I never knew of her.
Nope.
So cute.
Yeah, she showed up in the game and the same thing. I was just like, who is this?
Yeah, and then there was like, they added like young Chi-Chi when she fought. Like when she was a kid. Because I didn't really watch the original Dragon Ball. So they added like this guy with a turban. I'm like, who is this?
They did?
Him. Yeah, and then they added like the Frieza's little minions.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, for the Frieza soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
They had so many cool designs with those characters. That's why, like, even if they're useless, they're just fun to be in.
Yeah. Speaking of Dragon Ball, it's so sad that Mr. Akira Toriyama is gone.
He is finally moved on.
I know. He's with Goku.
He's on Snake Lane.
Yeah.
He's in the palace of Snake Lane.
He was definitely an inspiration for me when I was a kid because that's how I started drawing. So when I was a kid, I didn't really know how to draw. The reason I got into it is because my brother actually would do the drawings and then he would show me and I'd be so fascinated. He'd be like, look who I draw. And he would draw like Super Saiyan 3 Goku with his crazy ass long hair. And I'd be like, can you draw this? Can you draw this? And then it got to the point where he got tired of me asking. And I was like, fine, then I'll just learn myself.
I'll do it myself.
Yeah, and that's how I learned drawing. I would like, so there was this little Asian store down the street, and he would sell like bootleg Dragon Ball glittery stickers.
Ah, yes.
And so I would buy those glittery stickers, and in the back they would have like character bios.
This is Joku.
Yeah, and I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna draw this guy next.
That's funny because I think my first actual like decent drawing was also Dragon Ball Z related.
Yeah, everybody grew up with Dragon Ball.
I had some, I don't even know how I got my hands on this. I must have went to like Barnes and Noble or something, and like there was a there must have been like some magazine with like Dragon Ball Z in it that had like what do you call it, tracing paper. And so like I just like traced a picture of like Cell Jr. and like 17 and 18.
Cell Jr.
I still have it hanging up in my parents' place.
Aw, they're
It
proud
is
of you.
yellow as fuck now.
Next to like the stove where all the grease stains just splashed onto it.
It's funny because there's like a board up in my old bedroom where like there's just a bunch of drawings from like high school and junior high and all that I completely forgot I even did. Like I found this old folder. I still love Mega Man Battle Network. That's the first series I'm playing on my channel.
You're playing it on your channel, guys. Watch it.
I actually think it's really good. Like I will say, like the series, it is the first ever of anything I'm doing. There was definitely like a learning curve, but there's some funny moments in it. I think I've figured out how to make it entertaining. Definitely next year's videos are much better. Like the season 2 stuff is a lot better. I found this folder of net navies from the game and all that like I drew. And like it just came back to me. Like I used to go out, like my mom would pick me up from school and we'd go like grocery shopping, and while we were just like shopping around, I just have it drawing it out while walking around, and I'm like, you know what, these are pretty trash, but you know what, that's where you learn.
What was trash?
The pictures that I drew.
Oh, you're starting out. The more you draw, the better you get. I definitely see a huge improvement compared to when we first started working together.
Oh yeah.
We were like, oh my god, you draw. Can you please like teach me this and look at this.
Hold this basketball for me.
Like, how would you draw this, Renner? And then I'd be like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, this is how you draw it. And then I see a huge improvement. So.
Thank you, Renner. You've been a great teacher. You and my sister have given me all the best lessons I've ever needed.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll need help with especially like lighting and shading, so I'll have her come over and she'll like give me some tips and stuff, and it really makes a huge difference in like my perspective on how to do stuff.
Nice. And your sister's art, like she does like realism.
Oh yeah, right? She can.
It's so cool. Like I can never do that.
That's the thing. I wanted to get into realism because it just seems so cool. But like I don't know how she does it, because like she can take a photo, then take that photo and perfectly like recreate it as like a painting.
That's crazy too.
Yeah.
I can't. I just can't. It comes out cartoony.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just not.
She showed me her process, but like it seems very complicated.
To her, it's easy because she's used to that.
She's been doing it since she was a little kid, and so
So she's awesome like that. I cannot.
No, yeah. I just wish I had that basketball from Space Jam.
What do you mean?
Hold on to this basketball for me, Renner.
Oh, suck people's souls.
Suck their talent out.
So I'm almost finishing up the main line art. And then I'll go over it and add some line weight. But let me zoom out and you can see my progress.
Let's see. Oh my goodness gracious.
So that's the progress so far. And then I'm going to have Kevin color this fun drawing. And then he can go all out and add shading and whatever he wants to add.
I need to learn about line weight because that looks like it's making a huge difference.
Your zombie character doesn't have line weight. It's just all flat, but it's pretty... There's lines there, the folds and the wrinkles and stuff make it stand out. But if I add more line weight later on, you can definitely see like very artistic, very pleasing to the eye. And you'll see that later on. But that's our progress right now. Let me just finish his little cool shoes. So I based this zombie Kevin on his little, when he does his podcast, a little thumbnail where he's laying on a beanbag chair. This is the clothes you're wearing there. That's what I based it on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kevin. Hey, do my work.
Do me a favor.
Do my research. What? I want to save it. Can you just use your mouse? Oh yeah. Save it before I lose my progress. Hopefully it's catching the microphone.
What if you just
okay.
like chopped off the top of this finger and the top of this finger?
And you wanted a bone?
It just had like bones popping out.
Very like cartoony kind of bone?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
And then it'll look like I'm giving you the middle finger.
Ah, do you want me to... No, let's keep the pinky. Do you want the pinky to be chopped off too?
Oh wait, which one's the pinky?
This is the pinky right here.
No, yeah.
This is the middle finger. So he's going like this. But you can't see the thumb because it's behind the palm.
Yeah, leave the pinky and then just get rid of the pointer and was it the ring?
The ring and the pointer. Okay, let's see how that looks.
And I'm like, fuck you.
Let's go to the eraser.
We don't think kindly to your people around these parts.
Let's erase this guy.
Which way is town? Back the way you came.
So, no more ring finger. I guess you're not getting married.
Man. Probably not.
Who wants to get married?
Honestly, I've thought about it and it's just like, I don't know, man. We'll see how life goes.
Right? Like, I don't know if I want to be legally bound.
That's the thing. That's
like, I really love my boyfriend. He's probably the guy I'm going to end up with. I don't know. We still don't know. But, I don't know. It's just still too binding for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm fine with just, like, do everything
let's just
together.
live in sin.
Yeah, exactly. You never know what's going to happen in 30 years. There's actually an actor who, like, I don't think he is married to his wife, but, like, they're basically married. And he said that he proposed to her and she said yes. And then, you know, life just moved on. And then she, you know, said, hey, should we get married now? And he said yes. And then life just kind of moved on. And then he came back to her, was like, hey, so are we, like, maybe we should get married now? And then he said they just kept doing it. You know, they're just like, whatever. And they just kept living their life together.
There was this story that one of our coworkers told me about. So they were engaged and the guy took about 10 years to propose to his girlfriend.
Damn.
And by that time, the girlfriend said, oh, you know what? I want to end it.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes.
Whose side would you be on?
Neither. I don't really think there's sides. It's just, you know, that's how she felt and that's how he felt.
How does that look, Kevin?
It
makes you look so crazy.
Maybe make the bones a little shorter.
Shorter? Okay.
Or maybe not have the bones at all and just have it
just cut it, yeah.
Yeah, just have it be cut.
True.
Go, gadget, wrench.
That'll really
What
emphasize. It's just because the...
Oh, yeah.
It's the paper's in the back, but it's only erasing on this layer because I locked the...
Oh, you do it differently than I do it. I see. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, take advantage of your layers. That's what's cool about digital art.
I do use a bunch of layers, but I guess I just go about them differently. I blew my fingers off.
Well, you're a zombie.
Ouch. I shouldn't have used that firework. F you, Renner.
How does that look?
There you go. It kind of looks like I'm rocking out.
It makes it more interesting.
I'll take it, yeah.
Yeah, zombies don't need all their fingers. Like, I took out part of your thing right here. That's just your bone right there.
Oh, what if you had, like, one of my eyeballs dangling?
That would change the drawing a lot.
It's fine.
Like, I have to remove your glasses. And then
I was just thinking you can just have, like, fill this in with black and then just have it, like...
Do you want that? They'll make it a tad busy.
No, you don't have to do it if you think it won't work.
Well, when you color it in, though, you could just color this in black.
I guess that's true.
That way you're missing one eye and then... Well, this one will be your pupil right here.
Me.
But you can always update it as you want.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna add the eyes because that's how it looks like in the game.
Yeah, I'll probably just leave it then. I want it to be more representative. I like my pants.
Yeah, that's your pants.
I struggle with clothing.
Placement of
Folds and wrinkles and stuff. I feel like my last picture was okay, but even then it was just very basic.
Me too. Like when I started, you have to like, oh, it's so hard to explain. It's like teaching someone to drive. I don't know. It's just like the flow. If the line of action is going this way, then you just follow that with the fold.
Yeah.
And then here, the line of action is going this way, but then you also have his knee joint. So you have to add folds there. And it shouldn't be scientific. Add it, erase it.
I feel like it's just one of those things where you just have to keep doing it over and over until it just finally looks right.
Mine doesn't look entirely like it's just like interpretation of folds.
I feel like with a lot of my drawing, it's just there's no planning, so I just do stuff until it looks good.
There you go.
There's a lot of just erasing and going back and then trying it from this angle and blah blah blah, and that's just how I make it work. There's not a lot of talent. It's just trial and error.
There's some talent. You need a little bit of talent to get that thing started.
I mean, yeah, it definitely took a while to like figure out proportions. I feel like that's like one of the hardest things to figure out. At least it was for me. Getting proportions right was the hardest thing to figure out.
Yeah, once you get the basics of anatomy, then you can start pushing your drawings. And then when you start pushing your drawings, it just adds more character. Having stiff drawings, it's not pleasing.
Exactly. That's what I hated about my earlier drawings. Is just like they were way too stiff. There was just no life to them. Definitely got to make it a point to learn your angles.
Yes.
Good to get some references.
Yes, references is your friend. Don't be afraid to use pictures. Use other people's work as inspiration.
I usually start freehand, and then once I get stuck, I'll like go to references, and that makes a huge difference. Especially like in the angles of like certain things. Like there was one where I was doing like the legs and something, and I was like, man, why do they look so fucking weird? And then like I looked at like another picture, and I was like, oh, no wonder, because the way I'm doing it is like his fucking legs are backwards.
Oh, how did you get it?
I just drew
You gave the left leg to the right side? Or?
It was just like the way that I drew the parting line between the legs. Like it just made one leg look like it was pointed the wrong direction.
What were you trying to draw?
It was for the Pokemon one. Like I was trying to make it look like I was running away, but like the way I had the crotch like drawn out, it made the legs look backwards. I feel like the crotch is still a really difficult part for me to draw because I'm just like, I don't understand what needs to be there to make it look filled.
Perspective is really hard.
Yeah.
That's what makes that specific drawing, that Pokemon that you showed me. Yeah.
The last one I did with my character, same thing. Like I feel like the legs are just kind of there, or at least the crotch is just kind of there because I'm just like, I don't know. How do you make this look like there's space being filled without just putting a giant dick right there? Because if you try to put something there, it just looks like it's a bulge. So when you're trying to fill in that space.
You have been drawing yourself with a boner every time then.
No, I've been drawing myself with a vagina because I'm trying not to have anything there. It's too distracting.
But it comes out like you have a boner.
That's the thing, is if I try to add something, I feel like it just looks like a boner. So I'm trying to figure out how to I'm trying to fill in the space. Like you filled it in without it looking obvious. It just looks like it's filled. Whereas when I do it, it's like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not connecting things quite right. So it's just like, there's just something going on. It's a big old bulge.
Look at other people's drawings. Maybe that'll help. Finding somebody that has similar to your art style and see how they tackle it.
I'm just too one of a kind. What can I say? I feel like my art style is super basic though. Like I don't know. Do you think there's like a style to it? I feel like it's just kind of just
what I like about
cartoony.
Your style is your choice of color. Like I really like how you chose your mascot's color.
Thank you.
It pops. Eventually, the longer you have your channel and the more fans you have, this character will evolve and get more sophisticated. But the thing that will stay with it is his color scheme that's going to stand out.
Yes.
That's going to be like, oh, that's Kevin Kreative.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like have a color palette, a cute little design. Kevin Kreative, man. Digivolve to Super Kevin Kreative, man. Angela Man, Digivolve to Mega Angela Man.
Speaking of Digimon, the crazy part of Digimon where they just digivolve to something totally different. Like a cat will digivolve to a dog,
to a woman,
to a very sexy woman.
That's the great thing about Digimon.
Like you see those memes of like the Pokemons that have human anatomy and then they kind of sexualize it. Imagine the Digimon.
Oh my goodness. I'm surprised there isn't more of that for Digimon.
Imagine the Digimon. This thumb right here is kind of distracting.
That one, it looks like I have a monkey hand.
So yeah, I made your hands look wrinkly because you're like out of vitamins. But what if I just erase it and we'll just perspective wise, it's just behind your palm?
I was gonna say, what if you erased it and then just had like a little nub showing off by the?
No, because I think that'll still be distracting.
I just feel like it's just too far back, maybe.
I don't know. It's
you know what it is?
Not working for me.
It makes me think of Hercules.
Oh yeah, the thumbs. The little swirlies.
The little swirly. Yeah, they
Let's
have
see
like
how it looks if I.
very iconic hands in Hercules.
If
that looks okay.
Yeah, like, and then I just draw the rest of the pants.
Yeah,
I think that's better.
that works for me.
Good job, Kevin.
Meh, my hand is growing. It looks like a foot. A mighty foot.
I think that's better, right? It reads better. It's not distracting.
Yeah.
It's edited nice. Yeah, you're practically done. By the way, this hand right here, that's my hand.
That's your hand, Ritter.
I know. I'm famous now.
Look, I'm in a show.
But so here how it looks right now. When this video comes out, this will be the thumbnail and you'll see it in its full glory, all colored and nice. I'm just going to add a little bit of line weight and we're going to talk a little bit more.
Because we're only at an hour, so like we could keep going. You can add your line weight and then...
That might take a while.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you want to end it here?
No. Keep it going. Because the thing is, for the guest ones, I like to have them a bit longer.
Oh, okay.
Because I figure, like you said, it's hard to get together and all that. So I like to have my guest on for a little bit longer. The last one I did with my buddy Andre, that was like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite videos of yours.
Thank you.
It's very entertaining. I played it while I was like driving, and then like it was so long. I love long form videos.
Same here.
Because I just let it play in the back while I'm doing dishes or driving.
Same here. I found that I really like the long form better. Like everybody's trying to say like do TikToks and all that because it's the popular thing, but like that's a very different medium. I think it's good to like have one as just the fact that it's popular and all that, but at the same time, I don't think of it as the primary way to promote, the primary way to become noticed or something. Like I said, it's good for marketing, but like you can only do so much with a minute or two.
True. And then the way that you have your like the videos you have set up, I think it just works as a long form.
Same here.
Especially your podcast. I think with any podcast, like who watches a short podcast?
Exactly. Like you want to sit down, relax, unwind, and just turn your brain off and just have it going without having to think about clicking on to something else. That's how I feel about it.
And a lot of people out there, they do long podcasts and they say it in their videos, like have us play in the back.
Yeah.
You do something.
Yep, that's what I say here. Put it in the background. Don't even listen to what I'm saying. Reach into your parents' purse, get out the wallet, and then just forward it to Kevin Kreative. That's it. It's that simple, people.
Do you have a little like donation thingy?
Nah, well, I figure like bare minimum, and this I'm talking like the absolute bare minimum, I would say is like 1,000 subscribers. I wouldn't even think about monetizing until at least 1,000.
How many subscribers do you have now?
44.
Hey!
We're getting there.
That's pretty cool.
The big sellers are my model kit videos. Anytime I do a model kit video, that's typically where I'll get like people subscribing.
Mm-hmm.
But they take the longest to produce, so that's why I try to like keep everything else going as best as possible, so that way they're still entertaining and have something for people to enjoy. I would love to do a full-time model kit stuff, but at the same time, there's no money in it. As far as I can tell,
like full-time model kit stuff.
Making a channel that's all about model kits and painting and working on them and work in progress and critiquing them and stuff like that.
Like building it on camera. And
Building
stuff
on
like
camera, yeah. But like I said, there's just no money in it. That would be like a nice side hustle. That's what I noticed is a lot of people do them and like it's a nice side hustle, but you're not gonna pay your bills with that type of stuff.
Eventually, you get your followers up, right? I don't know how that works.
I mean, yes, but the problem is nobody's going to invest money into a channel that's about building model kits because that is a market. Well, that's the thing is that market is about buying the model kits. So they're going to invest money in the model kits, but they're not going to invest money in you. So that's why I'm trying to do like stuff like this.
But it's kind of like advertising their toys, right?
Right, which is why stores will sponsor you, but I don't even know if they get paid by the sponsorships. They might just give them a discount on buying stuff.
Oh, it's like do this review and we'll give you a toy.
Yeah, exactly. We'll give you a free one.
No, I want money.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I got to do more than just
that. I want money.
That's why I'm doing this stuff. So that way
poor.
I could justify a Patreon where I'm making like videos like this because I can do more exclusive content for a Patreon. Whereas like with a model kit video, there's no real exclusiveness to it. You're either doing it or you're not. That's how I feel about it. You kind of need to just gain your audience by having it open to everybody at all times. Whereas when you're doing variety channel type stuff like this, where I'm having like Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, model kits, podcasts, video games, just whatever, there's a lot more behind the scenes that I can just save behind a paywall or something. Not everybody's going to be into it, so you just save it for whoever wants it.
Oh, well, that's what I like about your video, because I watch all your videos, but my favorite ones are podcasts and your Yu-Gi-Oh, because that's something I can relate to, stuff you say in your podcast, and I can relate to Yu-Gi-Oh because I used to play it when I was a kid and collect it, you know?
That's the thing, is like a lot of the stuff that I do is pretty niche, I find, that I've noticed.
You think so?
Well, I mean, people who specifically like Mega Man know about Mega Man Battle Network. But like the average person isn't.
True.
The average person isn't going onto YouTube and searching up Mega Man Battle Network. They might search up Mega Man. They might be like, oh, I used to like Mega Man. But
watch a little clip of your video and then
yeah, same thing with like ukulele. That's the other game I'm playing. You gotta know about ukulele to want to watch ukulele. Like the regular person is not just gonna go looking for a ukulele video. I threw in a little clickbait into my last ukulele video, and it did help.
Sweet.
I'm trying things out here and there. I think that series is doing pretty well also. I've learned a lot in terms of like how to make them funny and entertaining and all that.
I think so. When you go when you don't know what to do, you're like hilarious.
You just gotta throw in those little sound bites here and there, give people what they want.
You could do one video where you're just making those noises and make it an ASMR video.
I bet you I could. ASMR videos are fucking weird.
They make so much money. What is wrong with people?
I know, dude. I don't get it. I think it's because they're hot chicks. I think at the end of the day, as long as you're a hot chick, you'll be all right. Like if you're a hot chick on the internet,
make something. Well, then just put like plastic boobies and see where that goes.
I honestly had an idea the other day. So I saw this picture on Instagram of this chick with big tits. They look like fake big tits, obviously. And I
have those silicone ones.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You'd think so. So I clicked on it just out of curiosity, and then I realized the whole image was AI.
Oh, my God.
And, like, this whole account that was about this lady is all AI. It's not real. This girl is not real. It's just
probably a dude.
It's probably a dude who just made an AI chick, and then he just has this Instagram where it's just pretending like it's a girl that's modeling. So I was like, damn, what if I just made AI content, but for, like, OnlyFans?
Do it.
And then there you go. I just pocket the money.
These little AI videos that people are creating is crazy. It's kind of like making people like us who do our own art kind of obsolete, which is sad.
I don't think so. I personally don't think that's the case, because you could say that about anything. You could say that like, oh man, these drawing tablets are really putting our paper drawing animators out of business. But it's just like, it's just another form of doing shit, and you can either learn to do it or I think it's just what do you call it, like whatever your audience is. There's gonna be an audience for AI stuff, but I think it's gonna be kids who don't know the difference and don't care, and then regular people who don't care. But there's gonna be a lot of people who are not gonna be into it specifically because it's AI. They're like, well, if there's no work being put into it, then I'm not interested. I'm interested in it because there's like character and personality and work and all that being put into it. That's why I like the people I like. As long as I have a personality and people will be interested. I
just don't like these, because there's like art competitions that I look and see. I just don't like people that enter it that use AI generated images like
that. That I think is bullshit. That I will say.
So sad.
Yeah, that's just lame. It's like, why are we even bothering? There's just no point.
What happens if you win and then they ask you like, oh, how'd you do this and that and this and that?
Well, it was really hard. I had to make 500 different images. I had to change up the words. That's always the fucking complaints you hear from these people. It's not as easy as you think. I had to spend hours switching up the words just to get them right, to get the right image. That's literally the argument. I've seen people argue like that online. It's just like, that's nothing. You put no effort in. Anybody could do that. You could literally give a monkey a typewriter and they'll fucking do the same exact thing. That's literally what it is. I think it's just fun to mess with. There's some really fun AI apps just to fuck around with.
Yeah, the one you showed me that makes your own music.
Yeah, that one was
so funny.
I need to look up what that is. I can't remember, but that one's just funny. It's just funny to like, you can literally I just typed in syllables just to see what would happen, and it was just like bingers dingers, hoogala boo, shunga dunga, fingala foo, and it's just just fun to
so silly
produce a full song. But that is, though, I will say that is definitely gonna like, that's another little corner of the market that, yeah, it's gonna change, but like it's not, who cares? I think in terms of YouTube people now, because of all these royalties and stuff that, you know, you can't use all this music for because you can't afford to pay for and all that, now that they have this AI music thing, yeah, that's gonna help that out. So like, for example, I don't have to pay somebody to use royalties to a song. I can just type in the genre.
You don't have to like use the same royalty free songs that everybody's already using.
Exactly. So I think it'll be helpful in that regard, but at the same time, I don't think that's taking jobs away from anybody, because no one's going to associate that with anything. That's just going to be background music for my videos. No one would care.
Let's say that that friend you got, you know, you won't be calling him now.
No, I still will, because I want to give him the work and all that. But what I'm saying is, like, people that like him will still like him
because of him. His artistic.
Exactly.
Part. Like that can't be copied by AI.
Exactly. Like why go to a show or a concert if it's just going to be someone pushing play on their playlist, you know?
I agree.
So like I said, it's gonna help people who, like, I'm lucky that I know him and he's able to do the music for me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that aren't in that situation, so this will be helpful to them. But that's it. That's the only change that I think. It's gonna expand people that didn't have the opportunities to put their shit out there. Now they are, because they have a means of getting a jumping off point.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I would never be able to show off my stuff if it wasn't for the drawing tablet and graphic design. Like, sure, I can do stuff on a computer, but you give me a piece of paper and a pencil and I can only do so much. So like, I don't know, I just feel like it's a similar situation where it's just some people, it'll be a nice little advantage for, they can finally get things going, and then other people, they've already got a system and they'll just keep doing their system, and that's it. It'll probably just make more competition, but at the same time, I think competition is always good. Like, there's plenty of people who do it better than me, but that's just a means of me getting better. Like, I just study how they do it.
Pushes you.
Exactly. And it gives me ideas. Like, I specifically watch videos of people who are better than me, so that way I can copy them and get better myself.
Yeah.
And there you go. And that's how you learn. Copy and paste.
Not plagiarize, but inspire. Well, I think this image is almost done. I pretty much finished all the line weights, so let's just see how it looks.
Yeah, I need to study your picture here with all the line weight. I need to understand.
Now you have this file that you can play around with. You can copy my line art and then to another layer and then, you know, mess around with it. But yeah, that's how it looks. So it looked like this originally. This is my sketch now. We just took a picture from my sketchbook. I sketch usually with color pencil. My favorite part of drawing is line art. Line art is my favorite part. Like, I'm not that good with rendering images, like coloring it. Like, it's fun. When I do color my images, it's very flat. Like, when I used to post online, I use Illustrator because I like how clean it looked and how graphic it looked. But now, since I don't really do digital art, I usually just draw on my sketchbook. This is usually how I do it. I sketch with color pencil and then I line it with a nice ink pen.
With a nice vibrant ink pen.
Yeah, but that's how it looks. And look, you collaborated with me. You told me to take this finger out, and now it makes it like a little bit better. And so that's the final line art, guys.
There it is.
Yeah, it's Zombie Kevin attacking my little plant character with his little toupee.
And Render's character is going, ah!
It's funny. Well, if you guys figured out the game actually, you're the plants and you attack the zombies.
Plants versus Zombies.
Yeah, that's the game. Did anybody get it?
I've never played it before, but it looked fun.
I was obsessed with this game when I was a kid, when it came originally out on the DS. It's like a puzzle kind of game. It's a tower defense puzzle game where you're trying to defend your house. So you're an owner of this house and these zombies are coming through your backyard. And so you're planting plants that attack the zombies. The plant that I base my character on is the generic weapon plant. He just shoots stuff out of his mouth. That's literally the sound it's making. It's more like Well, that's the liner, Kevin.
We'll do another one day. We can do a Christmas one, a Flag Day one.
We'll do a holiday. Every time you have a holiday, you can have me as a guest.
I have a Christmas logo. I just need to make like a Halloween one. I just haven't figured out what I wanted my Halloween guy to be. This one?
Oh, that's cute.
My little Christmas
one. Can you
one?
grow a beard like that?
No, unfortunately, like, it doesn't grow like right here.
Oh.
Like, I can grow a really nice goatee. Like, I grow most of my beard, but like,
your beard is pretty much just, it's not like patchy. I can't grow a beard if you paid me $1 million. I have Asian in me.
What can I say? I'm handsome as fuck.
Like if I don't shave, it just looks like I'm Fu Manchu. Like this
Fu
just
Manchu.
grows long right here.
That's how my buddy is. I keep telling him to grow it out. I think it looks sick.
No,
I think
it
it
looks
look cool.
like he's gonna teach you karate moves. You said you had like a Halloween picture too?
So I want to make this image, but
Oh,
like in a
like-
Halloween form.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But I'm trying to figure out like should
But
I be
you
a
have
vampire?
this image where you're just regular Kevin, right? And then
Yeah.
you just added the Christmas theme on it.
Exactly.
Oh, it's this guy.
There it is.
Yeah. How would you make it Halloweeny?
I'm trying to think of like should I make myself look like a vampire or like a werewolf or like a mummy?
No, mummy is too cumbersome because you have to wrap your whole head.
I was thinking a vampire. Just
vampire is great because you can just because your teeth is showing.
maybe- yeah.
You could just add your little fangs.
Add the fangs. Just
and then add that like Bram Stoker hair.
yeah. Just make it like a
That
widow's
big-
peak,
Poofy one.
and then like maybe add like a little collar,
Yeah.
a little
think that's good.
medallion. Keep it simple.
How about for Flag Day?
And then for Flag Day, it's
Such a weird holiday, Flag Day.
it's just gonna be this, but I'm gonna have like a nice little Nazi flag as the backdrop. And there
I
you
didn't
go.
even know there was a Flag Day. What does it celebrate?
Probably just flags. It's probably just a celebration of like people coming up with ideas for flags.
Is it flags like nationality flags or flags that represent like sexual orientation?
I think
or-
it's just nationality. I think the Flag Day has been around since way before they had flags for like LGBT and all that.
Mm.
I want to make this design into a flag. I want to make my little thing into like a flag thing I could like post up.
Like a little like
Nah, dude, I want it to be like big and you can hang it up.
put it right there outside your door.
Hell yeah, just have it
No, 'cause then,
wafting in the
like,
wind.
Your stalkers are gonna be able to find you.
They'll track me down.
What is this image?
Oh wait, which one were you pointing at?
This one with the weird head. This guy.
Oh, this was a super early
I like
piece I did.
him.
This was just like a super early piece I sketched out, and then I just liked it, and then I just.
I like this gradient.
Thank you.
It's very Roy G. Biv. You know what Roy G. Biv is?
No, red, green, blue.
It's the acronym for the colors of the rainbow.
Oh, red, green, blue, yellow. That's what I thought it was.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Yeah, of course I know rainbow. I'm fucking gay.
My little flag.
I like it.
My little thumbnail.
You know how you said you have seasons?
Seasonals.
Mm-hmm. Like, are you still on your season 1 or?
So yeah, I'm still on year 1. I'm gonna be on year 2 in like 5 more months. Because I just posted episode 7 of the Yu-Gi-Oh video.
Yeah.
So there's still 5 more months.
Since you're gonna go to your year 2, same images for your podcast, right? Where you're laying down.
Well, that one I just used for the podcast. So this is just the podcast backdrop.
I know, like, but when you go to your year 2, are you gonna have like, oh, this is the year 2 image now?
Probably not, just because like maybe one day I will. Like I definitely will change it eventually,
Uh-huh.
but it's just probably not gonna be like year 2. Just because like I'm
Not
still
every year.
growing, you know.
True.
Like there's no point to changing stuff. Like I'm still growing. Might as well keep it around for a while. And then once I start getting a following that's used to it, then I can like upgrade it.
Imagine like once you've like been on YouTube for like 100 years,
100
this
years.
image is gonna look just like how your room looks like now with all the detail.
With all the it's the purple
Because you're gonna
walls,
be that
the
good.
carpet.
Yeah, and
I
I'm gonna be
wish.
dead because I'm way older than you.
I will be living on through the internet.
I'll be 6 feet under, and you'll be still on YouTube and be like, "Hey, remember my friend Renner? He's dead." Why'd you zoom in on that?
I thought it was funny. Kevin Kreative Christmas. Fuck off.
File saved. Oh, you did.
Saved. This was like sort of my Halloween one.
That looks so creepy.
I was just really into Meat Canyon, and I was like, I want to make something creepy.
I love how you did the hair.
Thank you. I know, right? It actually came out pretty good.
Yeah. I like all the extra lines. I love doing that to my drawings, like adding extra lines.
I
It
just
makes
feel like
more
it.
detailed.
Yeah, it just adds weight.
Yeah.
My little nipples.
Your little boner.
My little boner down there. Got a little chub going.
What are you drinking?
I don't know, water. I just drew myself, and then like I was like, all right, his hand is just floating there. So then I just put. a cup
Also,
in it.
he was just like that.
Yeah, and then I was just like, he needs to have something there, so I just put.
Why a
cup.
drink? Why not another dynamite?
I don't know. I just thought a drink would be casual. It's
Oh, juxtaposition, casual thing, but then
yeah,
What is that supposed to say?
Acme
Oh, like the Looney Tunes.
by schematics. And my little thing, I need to add that to the corner of everything. Kevin Kreative Cast.
Have you used that on something?
Yeah, that was actually the second thumbnail for the podcast.
Ah. What's your next video that's coming up? This was the recent one.
So it's gonna be the model kit video.
Oh, model kit.
I just don't know which one.
Have you had one? You have one on the backdrop that you already completed?
Yeah, they're already done. I've already got.
How many do you have?
Model videos?
Uh-huh.
I've got 5 more for this year, and I've already finished next year's.
Look at you.
I've already finished next year's model kit videos, video game videos. So like the Mega Man Battle Network and Ukulele, I've already got the next batch of those done.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the next batch of model kit stuff done. I'm almost done making the last deck I need. I need to make 3 decks. I made 2. I'm just trying to get the last bit of cards I need for the final 3rd one. And then I need to record the Master Duel videos and then edit those. And then I'll be done. I think I've already got enough thumbnails for the podcast, and like I'm always making them.
So everything's filmed, you're just editing.
I just need to film the Yu-Gi-Oh ones and then edit them, and then they're done.
Which one's the easiest out of all the gaming ones? The Yu-Gi-Oh ones?
I would say the Yu-Gi-Oh ones, just because there's no exploration or anything. It's just
True.
You're just
like
there.
you start a new game.
Whereas like the ukulele ones, like I've noticed, and
How far are you off on those games?
in these
You,
ones,
Yeah.
Mega
Like,
Man
are-
I've already beaten.
How many videos is it?
Right now I'm at 13.
13 and then it's complete?
No. I'm at 13. I've only done like 2 bosses, 3. I don't know. I mean, there's not a lot of bosses, but the thing is, like, this game is just
It's long and it's an RPG.
That's the thing.
RPGs are long.
It's one of those like games where it's just a lot of going back and forth. And I had to
Is
like
there
look
side
up shit.
quests in the game?
Not really. I mean, like there might be some people who are like, I'll trade you this chip for that chip, and then if you find
Okay.
it, you know. But like, not really.
Do you use a guide when you're playing it?
Well, I try not to, but like there was like 1 or 2 parts where I was just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to
But
do.
most of it is like just playing it from
The first
remembering
time.
how-
No, I never. Well, the first Mega Man Battle Network, so the first, second, and third, I never played.
What? This is the first one then?
Yeah, this is the first one. So like, I just went in blind.
You started with the 4th one?
Hmm. That's just what was in the store when I went in when I was a kid. But then
Did you ever play the old, like the OG
Mega Man?
2D scrolling
Hmm?
Mega Man?
I have them on my Steam. Let's see.
Are you ever gonna do like one-off games? Like, hey, this new game came out. I'm just gonna try it out blind.
We'll see. I don't know. It just kind of depends. Like right now, I'd rather just have series, just because it's just more.
What is
content.
this?
Monster Boy. I've been playing this.
It looks so cute. Is this the one you told me about?
Yes,
Is there
it's
screenshots.
really freaking hard. It's not really hard, but like there's some. This is definitely a game where I'm glad I'm playing it now, because there's parts where I would 100%.
What is it? Like a hack and slash, 2D
Nah,
scroll?
2D scroller. Let's see. It's
I think
Monster
you showed me. I
Boy.
just don't remember. I love the art style.
The music's
like
really good too.
it's like 90s anime cartoon.
I think it's
Saturday morning.
Yeah, I think it's based off of a Sega game called Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy.
What the hell is this?
That's probably the original one.
Hidden anime intro. I think this is someone's fan made thing. I'm just trying to find one that's like not cringy.
Oh, it looks like that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's cute.
And then you get different forms.
It's very like, what are those games in the old 90s? Like the stupid Bobcat game?
Side scroll?
Yeah.
Like Shovel Knight?
What's that Bobcat game?
Bob? I have no idea.
And then they had that one with the cave boy with the
Toomba?
big head. It's like this side scrolling, but it's 3D.
I know what you're talking about with the big head guy. What's it?
Yeah. He hits him with his big head.
Like
and then he
Krunk or something? Or-
something like that, and then he becomes a dinosaur and all that.
Is that on
Or-
Steam?
It reminds me of that.
These are all my games.
A lot of games to play.
I basically just go on Steam and try to find games that I
on
like,
sale.
that are on sale, and then get them for dirt cheap. Come up with a thumbnail, and there you go, and then I can play it.
How much is the new Dragon Ball game right now?
$70.
You think that will go down? Yeah, Steam,
I think
right?
it-
Steam always has a sale.
I think it'll go down maybe next year.
Like every time I'm like, oh, I can't wait for this game to come out. It's like, oh, only in PC.
But they get dirt cheap since there's no overhead or anything. Like,
There's so many indie RPGs that I want to play that are stuck on the PC.
get one, Renner. Get a PC. You're gonna need
I
one
just
anyway.
feel like I'm saying I want to play it, but I feel like I'm gonna have a huge backlog and I'm not gonna touch.
I mean, I don't know. For me, I like having the backlog because it's like content. That's content I can make
True.
videos out of. So
I want
like,
to play it. Like I just recently bought a Switch game and it's there staring at me, but I haven't opened it.
But-
I haven't even opened my Pokemon Snap.
you should just make that part of your channel. That way you have an excuse to play.
I don't want to do a Let's Play.
I want to play Okami so bad. I didn't want to do a Let's Play channel, but I decided, you know what? It's just easy content to throw out. It's easy just to record it. It's easy just to edit it. And then you just make a thumbnail that you reuse 20 times, 30 times, depending on how many episodes. And there you go. You just
Is this the first Okami that came out on GameCube?
It is. They come out.
Where they talk like this? Right? They talk like that, right? You know Amaterasu is a girl?
I really want to play this. You know what's annoying though is they have the first Okami, but they don't have the second one.
Can you search Sea of Stars?
I have that. What? There it is. I'll play it eventually. I won't play it for the channel.
I want to play this game. It looks so pretty.
Right.
Oh, I love her. Shelley Duvall.
Shelley Duvall.
She's a great actress. You know she passed away?
Oh, really?
When she got older, I think she had like
Cancer?
not dyslexic.
Oh, Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's and
Dementia?
the other one. Yeah, I think she had that. I know.
That's like Bruce Willis.
And you know when she filmed The Shining, the what's his name, Kubrick, made her shoot that scene legit 100 times.
Was that just to get her to stress out?
I mean, that's a lot.
I
That's
love that scene.
breakdown.
I've never seen The Shining, but I love that scene.
I love that movie.
Apple of my eye.
She's my favorite character in that movie.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Red rum, red rum.
I'm gonna bash your brains in. That scene was just like, it's just funny. Like, I just think that's funny. I got this game too, The Night Witch.
Is this a role-playing game?
No, it's like a side scroller, shoot 'em up game.
What do you have these images on the... Oh, this looks nice.
Yeah, I like the art. It seemed fun. I like 2D games like this where you just run across the screen shooting up stuff.
I love 2D pixel games.
Yeah.
I feel like they put a lot of work in it.
Yeah.
Underappreciated, and then the 3D games make.
There was a Bionicle game that's being made,
Oh yeah, you said that.
but like
What's the update?
there was just an update where they're like, yeah, it's been a pretty rough year for us, so
It's only like what, 2 people working on it?
I have no idea. It's just a handful of developers that are just doing it because they want to and they just like Bionicle, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, you showed me screenshots.
It looked really good. They just put out an update
And it's
though.
a free to play. Like
Yeah.
these guys are just doing it.
They don't own the rights, so they can't charge.
No money made.
They were just like, yeah, it's been a rough year financially for everybody, so like, there's probably not going to be any updates soon. And blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
At least they're realistic.
but everybody was very understanding, so you know that's how it goes.
you should go in there and be like, "Fuck you."
Wait a minute, what is this? Lego Harry Potter collection.
Oh, something to get. Ow.
Oh wait,
$20.
it's on sale. But don't I already own this?
Well, I don't see it in your little list.
They made a Harry.
Wait, do you have like a Lego collection and one of the Harry Potters are in it?
Well, no, I have like all the Lego games,
Mhm.
but I bought the collection as I guess 2 separate things.
You suck.
Hey, freaking suck.
There's a oh my god.
There's a lot of Lego games. Batman,
You do? Look, it's right here.
1 through 4 and 5 through 7.
You don't have 8.
I think they just made 7 one. Yeah.
I wanted you to panic.
What?
There's an 8th one?
They made an 8th book?
The only Lego game I ever played was the Star Wars.
Those are the best Lego games. Bosho.
Do you have them?
I sure do. I got Lego Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars. And then the Skywalker
Did you ever watch
Saga.
the Lego movies?
I saw the first one.
I saw the first one. It was pretty funny. And then I tried watching the Batman one. And I fell asleep.
You know what's funny is I heard that one was really good, but I heard it from a guy who has like little kids that he took to see. So
I don't know. I don't think it's bad. I think it's funny. And the animation's pretty good. I don't know why. I just fell asleep.
I thought the first one was really good, but I just kind of assumed that anything after would probably not be that great, just because like
Maybe I need to rewatch it. I'm pretty sure it's good. Because when I originally watched WALL-E in theaters when it came out,
WALL-E.
I fell asleep in the movie theater. So I told everybody, I was like, it was boring. I fell asleep. And then I rewatched it and I cried like a little bitch.
that movie is kind of slow though. It is really.
It's like
slow.
it reminds me of a lot of like Studio Ghibli movies.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the new Studio Ghibli movie's out on HBO Max. It's called The Boy and the Heron. You should watch it.
The Boy in the Heron.
It's very confusing.
I love seeing those types of movies, and then you see like, what is it, Miyazaki, and he's just like a grumpy, just like, life is trash.
This is supposed to be his retirement movie. I'm pretty sure he's gonna do another one.
I'm sure he's gonna feel the itch.
I just love the art in Studio Ghibli. It's so nice. I never played any of these games.
Once you get a computer setup going, we need to get like you, me, Joe, and I think Natalie would be fun. I just don't think she'd be down though.
I just want to
play
hear Natalie's commentary.
Exactly.
Imagine her commentary.
I think it'd be hilarious.
What am I doing, guys?
You guys keep teaming up on me. It's not fair.
You guys are bullying me.
I'm just a girl.
That'd be so funny.
Get her. Kill all of her worms first.
Is it like 4-player?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's at least 4-player. Like, which one am I thinking of? Which one's the really good one?
I've never played it. They don't look like worms. They look like severed thumbs.
Yeah, they do look like 7 thumbs. But I definitely want to play the Worms game one
You
day.
have so many games.
I just get them when they're on sale. I just make a wish list and then I get updates and I get them for a couple
How
bucks.
cute is this game?
Exactly.
What does he do? Does he use his tail to fly?
He's Tails, the nefarious fox.
How does he do his double jump?
He spins his tail in a circle.
Oh my god.
Or is this a girl? What is this?
They couldn't figure out another way for him to hover other than his tail. They literally have tails from Sonic that does it.
I'm just assuming. I have no clue how this game works.
Oh, you haven't even played it?
I haven't played it yet.
There's so many games.
Look, it's worms. The art style looks great, though.
The worm looks like a crossover from the Worms and the Rabbids.
It does. It looks like rabbits if they were worms. Toy the Tasmanian Toy.
Is this violent?
It is violent. You just get to hack and slash. It's basically just like.
Oh,
I mean, there's a story.
this
and
came
everything.
out when?
2006.
PS2 game?
PS3. Pretty sure it's a PS3 game.
One of those lost in the shuffle.
Toy
I remember
the-
him.
This game kicks freaking ass.
He's Australian.
I didn't know they made a third and a fourth one though.
The fourth one was like new, like it just came out recently, right?
I have no idea. I was gonna say, did you play it? I don't know.
I just heard of it when it came out when I was a kid.
They have a second ukulele.
You know what you should play? You
Tell
should
me.
play. Do you have it, Jax and Daxter?
No, because that's a Sony game. I have it on my PS4.
Oh.
I just need to get a capture card and.
Did you know they made like 3 of the Jack and Daxter game, but then they made a Daxter game on the PSP?
I have that. I 100% in it.
Really?
I love that game. That game's fun.
And they like tried to do another one, like a fourth one.
Yeah.
And it didn't.
Yeah, it
didn't do
flopped.
good.
Yeah, no. I think they like mess with the story and the character designs and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I was watching a video where they did like the history of Jack and Daxter, and the guy, he mentioned that Naughty Dog was actually gonna bring it back, but more serious. And they showed concept art and everything, but the guy was like, "Oh, it's too serious. It's not Jack and Daxter." So they used that concept to create Last of Us. Isn't it?
Really? Damn! Imagine if Last of Us had the Jack and Daxter skin. That would have been sick.
No, but like the concept, it looked like realistic, like bloody, like
Oh,
Daxter looked like a real otter. He's a sea otter, right? What is he?
He's an ocelot. I got this game too.
That one's a fun game where he hops on his little stick, right?
Yeah.
This was made by Capcom?
It was?
Yeah.
No wonder I
the
loved it.
original one in Super Nintendo.
It has like the best music for some of the levels.
So cute.
Skyrim.
I tried playing this on
It's very slow.
PS3.
Yeah.
Oh, I passed this game. You know, a lot of people give this game flack.
Oh, yeah.
I actually really loved it when I
I loved the game, but like my PS4 got corrupted, or my PS3 got corrupted, so like I lost everything.
Yeah, I played it and it's so cool. I remember when you pass the game in the PS3, you can change your wallpaper.
Mhm.
So if you pass 13, they'll give you like a free wallpaper.
Really?
Yeah, and I changed mine. Saz.
There's another one I want to play, Hellpie.
What was that about? That guy looks like me!
So there's like a bunch of games that people make specifically to be like Nintendo 64 3D platformer, like Banjo-Kazooie and Mario 64, and this is like one of them.
Like the one you're playing, ukulele.
Exactly. So that's why I like.
What are
looking
they called,
for it.
those? Collectathons?
Collectathons, yeah.
Yeah.
3D platformer collectathons. I'm so fucking pissed.
Why'd you stop playing it?
I just got annoyed because I basically beat the game, but like, so there's the 3 evil curses, whatever the fuck, the evil spells. The last one is Avada Kedavra. I was really invested in the story and everything. The way that you learn the last spell, it just didn't feel right in the story. Like, it just felt weird. They were just kind of like, well, do you want to learn it? I guess we should just learn it because we've already used it to kill people. And I was just like, this feels weird to learn.
So it felt like a side quest?
It just, not like a side quest, it just felt weird in terms of the story. So I was like, well, I'll just learn it later. So I said no.
And then you were weak and you can finish the game.
No, and then like, if you pick no, that's it. There's no, I figured there'd
Oh,
be.
it ends it.
There's no, well, it doesn't end it, but like, you just can't learn it.
Oh, you can't go back and learn it?
Nope. There's no like, oh, well, hey, do you still want to learn it? No, none of that. You just, if you pick no.
Well, you said no, Kevin.
I thought the game, I didn't think they would like hard lock you out of it. I figured that there'd be a thing where it'd be like, you can come back
No,
and.
Kevin.
Oh, by the way, did you want to still learn that spell or
They
whatever?
should have been like, if you say no,
Yes,
I'm
then-
not going to teach you it. I'm not going to
Like, this is it. This is your one and no.
They
Exactly.
should've warned you.
I was so
That
pissed.
reminds me of like really old games in the past where they lock you.
And I was like, fuck it. I don't even want to play this anymore because, like, I don't want to have to redo this entire game just to get this.
Because it's a long game, yeah?
Yeah, it's like I played it for, let's see.
80 plus hours.
I've so
your
far played
playtime.
80 hours, yeah.
80 plus hours.
I mean, it's a fun game, and I'm going to do it for the channel and make a whole new account and everything, but I was just so annoyed that, like, I was just really into that game and just playing it nonstop, and then I fucked up that part.
You put in a lot of hours.
It's
the
a good
most
game.
I put in a game was Fire Emblem Three Houses. I think I put 100 plus hours, and I never finished it. That game comes with 4 stories.
Those are the
It's a
best, though.
Chunky ass game.
It's fun when they, like, just pack them in.
I know that. I feel like that's how they used to do it in the old time. Now everything's like, oh, you buy this, and then we'll add DLC. Which I don't mind DLC, but it's just once I finish the game and they're like, oh, there's DLC story, I'm not gonna go back.
Exactly. It's hard to get invested again.
I know.
This one's fun. I haven't played it yet, but like I want to.
Monkey Ball, I played it on GameCube with the where you move the stupid board.
You had the. Oh wait, no.
No, it didn't come with the balance board.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Wii. I think they had it in the Wii where you just move it like this.
Maybe this guy.
Hey, that's the guy from Yakuza.
Could be him.
Kirito? No,
It's Kirito. It's Kirito from Sword Art Online.
Kaitamara Damashi.
I
Oh
know.
my god. Your character as the little prince is gonna be so cool. Oh, you already made one?
I did. See, there it is. So I'm
What? Are those little nipples on the side?
yeah. I don't know. I just thought it'd be like.
You should have drew yourself as the prince, but like, have you ever watched The Labyrinth
I think so.
with David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly? It's a very old 80s
I think I've seen it.
movie. Well, he wears like a spandex jumpsuit. It's very similar to the prince, but the whole time he's wearing it, you're just looking at his.
This huge, ginormous.
Yes, these are the next Let's Play.
Eventually, yeah. I was just trying to like whatever I knew for sure I wanted to play. No, because that game is like legally nobody owns it. When it comes to Donkey Kong 64, legally I don't even know who can claim it. This was like the
For what game is this?
Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse.
Did you like that game?
It's fun. I think it's a fun Dragon Ball Z game. I just don't think it's the best one.
I don't like it.
I think the second one is much better than the first one.
Xenoverse 2?
Yeah, like this is for Xenoverse 2, because the first Xenoverse I agree, like I played it a little bit and then I wasn't crazy about it, but the second one I feel like did a much better job.
Not my jam.
It's just fun to like fly around in the hub world, and then you can customize your characters. I mean, eventually you'll have access to every item of clothing that you've ever seen in Dragon Ball Z, so you can just customize your
You can
character.
change your race, yeah. I tried playing it. It's just not my cup of tea.
Fair enough.
This one you're gonna play too?
Eventually. This one I want to
You're
play.
playing already, right?
No,
Oh, this is the second one.
Yeah, ukulele is
Oh, you're
based
playing
off of
ukulele,
this.
duh.
Yeah, I can't wait to play this one
That's gonna be a
too.
lot. That was like Lord Farquaad and Princess Fiona.
That's what I was going for.
Oh, nice.
First, I wasn't going for that, but then I was like, they kind of look like it, so I just leaned into it. They're about that same era. I don't know.
I see what you're doing. That's your disguise, but it's obviously not
Exactly.
disguise.
Finally, somebody gets it.
Is that mask based on Groucho Marx?
No, I mean, it's like, haven't you ever seen when they're wearing disguise and they put on
I
the
know that
glasses?
original like mask is
Yeah.
based on that actor from the 20s.
I doubt it. I mean, it could be, but I
That's
just
what he looks like.
assumed that, like, somebody just thought it would be a good disguise to look goofy. I don't know.
Have you ever seen Groucho Marx?
I know he is, but I've never watched any of his work.
It's like black and white movies. He looks like that, like bushy eyebrows, glasses, and a big nose and a mustache. Well, I can't wait for your Let's Plays.
I know, me too. This was the very first drawing I did on my tablet.
Oh, really?
That's why, yeah, exactly. That's why, the line work is just
It looks
all over
very
the
like
place.
second grade. Hey, look, mom.
Exactly, because I was like, I don't know how,
See, look at your progression.
yeah, because I was like, I don't know how to do this, like, what the appropriate size for the brush and all.
Oh my
that.
god, you should have
Yeah.
seen. When I started college and I did my first digital drawing, oh my god, it looks so like, I was like, why can't I get it right?
Mhm.
It looks like shit.
The background, I think, actually looks really good. It's just like I did these guys, like the thickness on the lines way too much.
I actually really like the art style of the characters.
I mean, I think it works.
I like the pants.
It's goofy, gee.
Like I like how you did the wrinkles and stuff.
That's the thing, is I did use references from like the show and all that. They do throw in a lot of wrinkles and stuff, so I figured, okay,
There's so many wrinkles.
all these like
the,
little lines on the building.
the Akira Toriyama art style is very distinguished.
Very distinguished.
Very distinguished. So sad.
Was it just natural causes? He just passed
I
away?
don't know. I didn't read about it.
He was murdered.
When they make new games now, like the Dragon Quest series is still ongoing, right?
Mhm.
And they use his art style. Like, are they gonna continue using his art style now that he's gone?
Probably, because he probably doesn't legally own it. I'm sure Shonen Jump or whoever produces the game probably has the rights to use his art style. Or
Hopefully, he still gets royalties like his family.
probably, if I mean,
that's his art style. Like they're imitating.
but the thing is, like, he doesn't own it. Shonen Jump probably owns it. He signed a contract with Shonen Jump. He submits his work to Shonen Jump, and then they own it. Because I think what happens is, like, he draws it for Shonen Jump. They publish it in their magazine and make the books and all that. Then, like, other companies approach Shonen Jump and say, hey,
This art style.
Yeah. we want to make a video game based on this or whatever, and then
Because it's obvious, like, the new games that use his art style, he didn't draw those.
yeah, they start by going through the publishing company, and then from there, the publishing company, if they're okay with it, then they'll approach the artist to be like, hey, they're saying they want to do this. Do you want to move forward? And then they go from there. I guess.
His thing will live on, his legacy.
His legacy. Oh, dude, I don't think his legacy's going anywhere. I think he's made such a mark on like the world in general that I mentioned this in my last podcast where the cartel even like took a day off in honor of him. So like he made a mark.
Because Dragon Ball Z is famous in
South America.
South America, right?
Mm-hmm. I think it's just famous everywhere. South America, North America, Asia, Europe. I think pretty much just everywhere.
He's the GOAT.
The GOTT. All right, we're about that 2-hour mark, and then we'll probably condense this to like 1:30 with everything out.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little less than that.
Do a little outro.
All right, Renner. Well, thanks for stopping by. It was good to have you. We'll do it again. I definitely want to do another drawing video. It's always a good lesson to learn to watch you work. So I'm happy
it was
to
my
have you over.
pleasure, and it pushed me to draw something and do a digital art. So
Finally back into it.
you.
Of course.
Hopefully, I'll draw more.
Renner, I'm hoping Renner's going to be the first person to do Kevin Kreative animated.
Yeah, I'll draw you getting killed every day.
Like, what we could just do is just pick out
1,000 ways Kevin Kreative died.
That'd be perfect. That's basically what I'm drawing already. But thank you, Renner. So where could people find you?
I usually just post on Instagram, but I haven't posted anything yet. But if you guys want to follow me, I'm on plain_cheese on Instagram. You can see some of my old work. I used to do like Inktober, and I would draw everyday ink drawings because, like I said, I really like doing line arts. But I haven't posted anything recently because science.
Well,
That's where you can find me.
all right, Renner. Well, thanks for coming by, and we'll do this again. And until next time, peace.
Bye.